Happy Transformation Tuesdays from the Art of Good, a ministry of agape love. I am Maria Chung Willoughby, your sister in agape, sharing today from my Afro Asian heart, the daughter of a South Korean mother and a Black American father, walking into two cultures that shaped me from birth. Today I learned something that shook me to my core. South Korea is smaller than the state of Florida. A place that felt enormous in my childhood memory suddenly became tiny on that map. The realization hit me so hard I literally fell to the floor. It wasn't just geography, it was a collision between memory and reality. While I was working, a video of a Korean man speaking about black women appeared. I usually ignore these conversations, but this one stirred something. It reminded me how much has changed since my mother's generation and how much tension, misunderstanding, and healing still exist between cultures. My father, he used to explain that Korea's reputation for being closed off wasn't always about racism. It was about homogeneity. A small country, a tightly knit culture, and people built on sameness. And now, pure South Koreans are becoming fewer. The demographic shift is real and it's reshaping the identity of a nation that once prided itself on cultural community. Now, I've always loved the idea of a tossed salad myself, a tossed salad world, everyone keeping their authentic flavors while mixing beautifully. A little of this, a little bit of that, each culture providing richness. But the truth is, globally, people are blending faster than ever. Even the United States is shifting towards a society where mixed identities become the norm. And nostalgia and Korean language um, is something that's becoming missed more frequently. Now, I remember watching a young Korean language teacher who claimed that Koreans don't say sarang anymore, that they say yo tengo mucho amor. And it bothered me because it bothered me to my core because sarang, love, is one of the first Korean words that I held close to my heart. And the other one was moga, which means to eat. Now, it felt like a piece of my heritage was being rewritten by a generation, even though they may be full blooded Korean, that didn't understand what it meant to those who came before them. Now, I also came across claims that Koreans were trying to merge with Latin Americans to keep the bloodline pure, to preserve the bloodline. bloodline. And I didn't want to believe it, but the more I looked, the more I saw those conversations about population decline, cultural preservation, and the fear of losing Korean identity altogether. So, being Korean and black, especially darker skinned, comes with its own set of challenges. So, many of us don't look Korean to others. And because black culture is so strong and expressive, it often becomes the dominant identifying factors that people see. Often there's bullying, pressure, and survival that can push mixed children away from their Korean roots, sometimes to the point of losing the culture altogether. So when I saw South Korea imposed over Florida, like you saw on the previous page, that was absolutely unreal to me. It actually fits neatly inside the state, and it's smaller than most of the U.S. states. And for a country that honestly felt like a universe to me as a child, even as an adult, because I just learned this today, I never really looked that deep into it. The reality of its size was really humbling to me, and it made me rethink how your memory kind of magnifies what your heart holds dear to you. Now, I remember heated floors warming the house from underneath in Korea. I remember sitting at low tables, eating food made from everything that God created, fresh, natural, and alive. And Korea to me meant order, warmth, and nourishment. Those memories are still stitched in my spirit. Now, Korea is 38,691 square miles, and states like Kentucky are similar in size. And so Kentucky is about the same size, maybe about zero point zero 0.04 times bigger than South Korea. And when I saw those comparisons, it really laid out and made me realize how small Korea truly is and how large it loomed in my childhood imagination. And not even my childhood imagination, but up until today, it was such a huge place to me. But Transformation does begin with perspective. What feels like the whole world to you may be small to somebody else, and what feels small to you may be everything to another person. Our environments, our cultures, and origins are fearfully and wonderfully placed in our lives, and they are designed to grow us, shape us, and enrich us, and our job is to embrace them fully. In sixth grade, my teacher, who happened to be an African American, dismissed South Korea as a third world country. I wanted to do a this book report in it, and she said, why would you do that? That's a third world country. And I remembered the shock, the confusion, and the seeing this black woman is going to dismiss a whole other culture like that. I mean, if anything, you would think that she would understand. I thought Korea and black, we stood together. But moments like that stay with you, especially when they challenge the pride you carry in your heritage. Every now and then, I follow Korean accounts online. The language, the food, the mannerisms, they bring back memories and they remind me of home, even if I haven't been there since childhood. So I can't wait to get back to see my mother, to reconnect with the roots that shaped me before it's too late. Um, my siblings, silence, have shown me that they don't need me right now, and that's okay. My mother once told me that everyone eventually needs somebody. She's getting older, and I want to be present for her if she wants me. I don't have children, so when my time comes, I'll walk my journey alone, but with love, with Jesus, and with peace. Older black veterans sometimes look at me with a certain expression. I used to wonder why. Then I realized many may have left Korean children behind, black and Korean children behind during their service. My parents were married and loved each other, but not everyone had that story. And that realization right there broke my heart. I met a woman whose mother was a comfort woman. I thought that only existed in movies, and hearing her truth actually shook me to my core. And she wasn't much older than me, and it reminded me how much pain and history lie beneath the surface of cultures we think we understand. So today, learning Korea's true size made me question how I see its greatness. My father used to say, if all you've got is you, you've got a small package. But sometimes small packages are nice. Korea may be small, but its impact on my life is enormous. So I do love you with the love of Christ. I just want to share what amazed me today. Did anybody else know that South Korea fits into the state of Florida? Comment below. And what's something about your lineage or your heritage that you saw differently than maybe the rest of the world saw it? Happy Transformation Tuesdays. When we learn and grow together, we transform our minds and our communities. God bless.